All right, everyone. Welcome back to, what is it, day 63? Yep, day 63 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 million. Today is a big day. I just put out a video on the channel called I'm starting a new company. For those of you that watched it, you'll know that we are starting a new company. It's not going to interfere with anything that we're doing with Vue Creator or this mission. It's actually going to play into this mission, obviously. And let me do a couple things on my end to get the stream started. But essentially, we are going to be able to use Vue Creator to promote this new company. And I'll talk about that just in a second. Let me get the stream started here, get everything going. But this is big, guys. So essentially, I'll just cover this a little bit on stream. But what's up, J35? How's it going? So basically, we have a new domain that we've purchased. I think I have it somewhere on my computer. Let me find it. So vibecademy.ai is now a domain that we own. And vibe coding, if you guys know, is a huge, it's not a trend. It's like genuinely here to stay. It is not a trend. It is not a fad. Essentially, over the coming years, people aren't really going to program anymore. And it's going to be much easier to start businesses. It's going to be much easier to build. So we purchased this domain, vibecademy.ai, and I just made a video on it, but I'll kind of talk about it a little bit here at the start of the video or the start of the stream to kind of go over this and go over what I'm thinking. Yeah, so Vibe Academy. So, yeah, thank you, Sam Stone. So, what we're doing is we're going to build an additional company, and we're going to do this in a completely separate series. So obviously, Vue Creator is an all-in-one platform for marketing, right? So over the coming months, we'll be able to build a platform where we can, actually launch businesses, and Vibe Academy is going to compete with Codecademy, Udemy, all these other certification platforms where you go on, you're able to take courses, you're able to learn, right? There's a lot of those out there, but there has not been a new company that has come onto the scene yet that is in this space specific for vibe coding. And I think that, hey, there's all these people that are trying to learn programming, all these people that are trying to learn software development, but the thing is that software development 3 years from now, and even today, but I'm talking 3 years from now, is going to look way different than it looks now, and it's going to look a lot different than it looked, a couple years ago. So companies like Codecademy are just going to fall off. Maybe they'll be able to pivot and adjust. But the thing is that there needs to be a company that comes into the market that is just based on vibe coding, where people can come and they can actually learn the AI workflows related to vibe coding. And I think that with what we have with the BridgeMind community, everything that we've done so far, we have been working towards something like this. And I think that we are well positioned to be able to enter the market and absolutely dominate it, especially with a company that is this marketable, Vibe Academy. I think that's a great name. I think that, when you look up Vibe Academy, there's no competition for it. El Cioso, how's it going? Awakened, how's it going? Tanthian, what's up? Harshet, what's up? Sam, what's up? J35, Tony, what's up? So Tony said, yeah, a lot of videos, but no actual courses. So yeah, so I think that's a great point, is that, essentially what we're going to do is videos that I'm going to start a new series on BridgeMind where I dive deeper into the weeds on each step of the building process. So obviously we've had this, this series, Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 million, and that series is going to continue. Nothing is going to be affected, right? But in the mornings, I'm now going to be giving some of my time before the streams to be able to allocate towards this new series, which is going to be for Vibe Academy. And videos that go in this series are going to be very detailed and very, specific for specific parts of the vibe coding process, because it is going to be a little bit of a way to market the platform, right? So we're going to be building Vibe Academy, and we're also going to be making videos on the BridgeMind channel that talk about these different parts of the process, right? So different parts of the process. So for example, setting up MCP servers, setting up, Codex, setting up Claude, which tools do what, having a course on Cursor, having a course on Codex, having a course on Claude Code. But these videos will be diving deep into the weeds on, for example, how to build, a Supabase, right? And how to actually set that database up and how to build a Nest.js backend from scratch, right? And we haven't been able to do a great job on this channel in this series because, hey, the live streams are like 3 to 8 hours long. So that isn't a digestible format for people to truly learn. So I hope that, by doing this series, it's going to help everybody a little bit more. But with that being said, I'm going to read a couple chat. Harshet says, I love your shirt, to be honest. Thank you. Appreciate it, Harshet. Yo, 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 what's up, MW? Tampian said, it sounds good. Thank you. Sunny said, I am a 3-year computer science student. Could you share your email so that I forward you my resume and we work on something together? Yeah, Sunny, that's what the Discord's for. I answer all my PMs in Discord. If you guys have messaged me on Discord, I think I do a pretty good job of being able to, make myself accessible on Discord. So there is a link in the description below. Also, if one of the mods could drop it in chat and I'll pin it, that would be helpful. But just as a quick recap here, I did deploy our latest updates to production last night for Vue Creator. So if you guys have been doing some bug hunting, I have integrated and updated quite a bit on Vue Creator. So if you guys want to go check that out, you also can. Jesse, what's up, man? How's it going? WComCoin, how's it going? Elsie also said, I bought the Cursor Ultra plan and my experience isn't the best so far. I tested Cursor Ultra and Claude Max plan and so far I can say Claude is definitely winning. Maybe I'm using it wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Cursor and Claude Code are definitely very different, right? It's like, Claude Code is going to be that the terminal experience, whereas Cursor is a little bit more, I like Cursor better for the drag and drop experience. It's a different workflow, right? So it's dependent on which workflow you like better. Cams, how's it going? What's up? Let's go. All right, so Harshet said, I strongly recommend talking to your 10 ICPs first. Figure out what specifics things they'd actually want in your new app. That alone is way more powerful. What do you mean? What's an ICP? What's an ICP? Also, if you guys are just tuned in, make sure that you like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. It actually really helps support the mission and the community. But yeah, I just want to talk about this a little bit more. And let me do one more thing on my end to get the stream actually going. Because what we're going to do is we are going to set up a new channel, a new series for Vibe Academy, right? And this is going to be a video series. It's going to have nothing to do with the live stream series. It's going to be only a video series. So I hope that answers any questions that you guys may have. Let me know in chat. But let me do a couple things on my end. So we just have to put that in this playlist and then go down here and let's do show more. And we're going to also drop in the category, switch to science and technology. So I'll just show you guys kind of how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to playlists, and I'm pretty sure I can create a playlist easier. I'll do this off stream just so you guys don't have to watch it. But we are going to be creating that new playlist, which is going to be important. All right, Elsie also said, for example, when I debug something in Cursor, it takes so long to debug, where Claude doesn't want to take. Maybe I'm prompting badly. I don't know. What's your opinion on these AI models so far? I mean, I think that I'm a big Cursor fan. I also have Cursor Ultra. With Cursor, the downside that I see 100% is that you don't get as much usage. So like, for example, here's Cursor for me. I've already hit my Cursor limit, right? So I'm paying for, usage based at this point, and it is really expensive for usage. But yeah, it looks like there's also an update. So let's update that real quick. Also, let's get everything running. But yes, if you guys are, have been working on the bug bounty and working on finding bugs, I did update production last night and everything did deploy smoothly, which is nice. So now we're up to date, with, the latest local code is production. So we'll make some more progress today on Vue Creator. But guys, I'm very excited because, as you know, we're launching Vue Creator. And just so you guys know, the pricing plan, this free plan is going away on November 11th. Once we launch, the pro plan is going to turn into a free trial. It's going to be a free trial. So if you guys haven't already signed up for a free plan, this is going to go away. Like if you guys want to do the hackathon, which let's actually check how many people are in the hackathon now. Let's go over here. So let's go to the leaderboard, scroll down. So it looks like we have 40 people that have signed up for the hackathon. So thank you if you've signed up. I'm very excited. Again, it's going to be November 3rd to November 10th. So that's going to be very, very important. Because essentially we're going to be launching right after the hackathon is over. We're going to start running sponsorship campaigns, and we're going to start kicking up our UGC campaigns and all that. But where we left off yesterday is we were working on these earn campaigns, right? And to get started, I think that like if I go to campaigns here, right, I can see I have 2 submissions. These are the campaigns I'm enrolled in. Like let's go to this, because you just submit proof. So like this is the campaign. You can submit proof, and the proof here is like select platform. So let's say you did TikTok, you would paste in the URL to that TikTok, how many views you're reporting for that TikTok, you would upload the screenshot as proof. But we also now need a way to actually pay the end user, right? And I think that, how we're gonna do that is we are going to do that by, paying people with stable coins. So we're gonna start with crypto just as the MVP. So that's gonna be very, very easy. Let me see over here. Okay. Okay, so chat. So Jesse said, okay, so Harshet said ICPs are your target audience, but more precisely, they are your ideal target audience. Okay, gotcha, Harshet. Thank you. Okay, so Jesse said, I have an option between ChatGPT Plus and Cursor Pro subscription. If I had to choose one for all dev tasks, which one do I choose? Definitely, I think you're going to get more use out of ChatGPT Plus with Codex. With the limits there are much more. They're just much better with the Plus plan than you would get with Cursor. Cursor, you're going to hit that limit really, really fast. So also, guys, big shout out to Tony, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with Screen Studio, but Screen Studio is it's a screen recording software, and I was using it for today's video, and it is very, very good for demo videos. And apparently, like, a lot of people use it for demo videos, and I learned that from Tony. So big shout out to Tony, because we're going to be able to make a lot better demo videos for ViewCreator here in the coming week for marketing purposes. So that's going to be really nice. Yeah. Sam said Cursor pays external API prices. I don't think they get much of a discount either. Yeah. So Jesse, I would go with ChatGPT Plus. Harshet, I just have like a Keurig. Harshet says, what's your preset budget for your hackathon? There's $500 in prizes. Cam's asked, do you think not having a free plan is the move? I was thinking of going with trials too, but I don't want to lose my organic signups because of that. Yeah, but the problem is especially once you're actually, and here's my opinion, I'd be interested in what your guys' thoughts are. But if you have first of all, you have 3 plans, right? People can start a free trial. I would rather have, like, for example, if people come onto the site, right? Yes, we may get more people using it and may get more signups if we have free, but the problem is we won't get them to the point, like, we may have done a great job in our marketing campaign and got them to the point where they're on the site, they're looking at the prices, they're going to sign up, but they're probably going to default to free. And that's what you need to consider when you are, considering which pricing plans to go with. Is you need to consider, okay, should I have a free plan or should I not have a free plan? And the perspective that I kind of have on this is, hey, we can't have people just, a bunch of freeloaders coming on and they're here, they're on the site, they've come from social media, they've come from the ad campaigns that we're doing, and they get to this section and they say, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to sign up for, a free plan or a paid plan? Well, guess what? If they're here, if they click start free trial, they click creator and they're here, they're like, why not start with a free plan? Like, I'll just start for free, right? And get the free credits and try it out, right? But if we remove that and we just have Pro and Ultra, then the default is going to be Pro. We'll give it like a 1-week free trial, but it's going to require people to enter their credit card. And I think that, that's a completely different, situation where you have people that are genuinely not just like coming on and signing up, but they're actually have payment intent. And I think that, let's say that if we have the free plan, we may get 100 signups and 99 of them are going to be free and 1 of them is going to be Pro if we have that free option, right? But if we remove the free option, maybe we only get 10 signups, but they're all going to be Pro. And at the end of the day, we need to start generating revenue. So yes, we're going to get less conversions, to your point, but the thing is that, we're going to have more paid conversions, I think. So I think that's a really good point. John McConnell said, what was that software called for screen recording? Yes. Okay. Yes. So let me pull that back up. So this was a Tony. It's called Screen Studio. And this is what a lot of people use for like demos and stuff. And it's fantastic. We're going to be using it for ViewCreator demos coming up here. I'm going to start making a couple demos a week. And what's great is I no longer have to work so much on editing, because it does this stuff where, for example, like let's just play this and I'll kind of show you guys how it works. For the past, I think it's a little bit over a month now, I've been building. So did you guys see how it like does this zoom and it makes like the icon really big? Do you see this? How it like makes that big? That's automated in this software, which is absolutely incredible, right? Because you no longer really have to do any editing for your demo videos. So we're going to be using this for ViewCreator demo videos. And as you guys know, kind of the roadmap, and I'm going to publish a roadmap on the BridgeMind.ai website here soon so that you guys can be aware of the roadmap. But as a reminder, we are launching ViewCreator and paid ad campaigns and marketing campaigns on November 11th. So we've really got to get this down. We got to start marketing more, and we also have to start producing more short form content, set up UGC accounts as well as internal UGC accounts. But yeah, shout out to Tony for that. Harshet said, yeah, that's a smart move. Keep broke people to stay away from your app and raise your prices. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, conversions are great. Hey, we can already say, I think this is over 600 because we get about 30 new creators a day on the platform on ViewCreator, and none of them have been signing up for subscriptions. Everybody is defaulting to free, and then if they like it, they've been buying like more, they've been buying like credits and stuff. So here and there we get like some credit packages purchased, but remember that we haven't really targeted ViewCreator and started really pushing the marketing. And I think that we have a lot of features now in ViewCreator that are very, very valuable. So for example, let's just sign in real quick, and I think AI agents and being able to demo this, like for example, I'm going to be able to create a demo video using that Screen Studio, and I'm going to be able to say, hey, do you guys want to create viral reels, or do you guys want to create viral carousels, or do you guys want to create viral slideshows for TikTok, right? Well, here's how you do it, right? And I'm just going to create a simple 5-minute demo with that Screen Studio software of going in, creating a ViewCreator carousel agent, and then configuring it, and then just posting it. And guys, like this is, I think, a pretty good tool. And yes, there's some problems with it, and we're going to fix them, but you have to get to the point where you're launching to the public and you're just moving forward. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to continue to do. But let's see here. Yusuf said, bro, my Wi-Fi just shut down yesterday, and I missed the part where you wanted to show how many lines of the project. Do you remember how many it was? We actually didn't get to that yesterday. I ended up cutting the stream short because I kind of had a busy day yesterday, but we'll be going for 3 hours today on the stream. So if you're just tuning in, make sure that you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. We actually just passed 5,800 subscribers, and I expect that we're going to continue to grow very, very rapidly. This channel is not going to slow down or stop anytime soon. Obviously, especially with Vibe Academy, we're going to draw in a bunch more people to the community with Vibe Academy because each of those videos is going to be much more informative. So obviously we have our live streaming series here where I'm building public to $1 million. But then I think that one thing just from a strategic perspective that I want to share with all you guys is that, hey, when I do, a how-to video where I'm actually showing people how to set up AWS, or I'm showing people how to set up Supabase, or I'm showing people how to, configure their Next.js project for the first time, that is incredibly helpful to people, and it draws more people to the community, 100%. So one thing that we need to do is we need to, on the submissions, we need to allow users to upload their, they need to be able to upload their wallet. So I think it's the payment system. So there's a payment, wait, what is this? Oh, this is a ViewCreator database. Okay, let's CD out of that, and let's actually go back to, no, this is good. So let's actually do Claude. I've been using Claude a little bit more lately and just using UltraThink, and I've had a lot of success with Claude UltraThink this week. So we're gonna add the payment system. And where we left off is we're actually going to start, because we have a community and because most of the people that are going to be enrolling in these UGC campaigns are going to be from the BridgeMind community, we're going to be starting the MVP off with crypto for these campaigns. Also, here we go. Thank you, Jesse, for dropping the Discord link. I'm going to pin that. Appreciate it, Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. Sam Stone said he will be purchasing a ViewCreator sub to help push content for my new SaaS project, just waiting for more tools to be finished. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, so iDev just made a good point. So yeah, you just said make it a 7 or 30 days back warranty. Yeah, I mean, and then the iDev said, but couldn't that potentially stop people from trying your app out if they don't want to put out their credit card? Yeah, so I mean, first of all, we're going to use Stripe, so it's not going to be like, okay, like it's not, it is going to be secure. It's going to be a Stripe checkout session, right? But the thing is like, what you have to decide, I'm going to say review the crypto integration and let me know how it will be set up. So, you know, for what iDev is saying is he's saying, hey, you know, won't people be turned off because they have to put in their credit card? And yes, they're going to be turned off. There's people that don't want to put their credit card into things. But the question that you have to ask yourself when you're launching your SaaS product is, do you want those people using your product anyway, right? Would you rather have 100 free users or would you rather have 10 paying users? And that's what you have to ask yourself. And I think especially once you start actually putting money behind your campaigns and putting money into marketing, you have to say, okay, we'll give them a 7-day free trial, but hey, they have to actually be serious. They have to be serious about using Vue Creator. And that's something that you have to consider when you are launching a product and you're putting marketing behind a product is that, hey, do you allow a free plan? Do you want 100 free users with 1 paying, or do you want, you know, weed out the 90 that weren't going to pay anyway and just get the 10 that are going to pay? So we're going to leave the free plan open for all of you guys for the time being, so that all of you guys are able to enroll in the hackathon and do bug finding and whatnot. And, you know, I'll try and give you guys free credits when I can. You know, but for once we launch, you know, we're going to fix that. That's going to be different, right? Okay, so you need to complete the missing crypto service layer. How I want this set up is when users actually submit proof of their campaign, right? They go here to their active campaigns, and they click submit proof, right? So it's on this page here. When users submit a campaign submission, I want them to add a wallet address so that they can be paid. To begin, just add this column to the, and I'm going to add the campaign. There's a campaign submission entity, and it's right there, campaign submission. And I'm actually going to add it in both. So campaign submission in both the database and the API. Add the column and then assist me in updating the, and I'm going to add the ViewCreator API /src /entities. Wait, no, not entities, modules /campaigns. Yeah, right here. All right, so perfect. And then I'm also going to add that ultra think tag. Then update the front end page in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Boom. Perfect. All right, Claude Code does great. Okay, chat. I'm going to check chat real quick. All right, so Pergini says people will immediately bounce off if you require them to sign up with a card. Focus on getting users sign up and hooked, and focus on conversion. Yeah, so I mean, that's a good point, right? You know, but we've already done that. And I think that, hey, we're going to have to decide here, do we want 100 free users or do we want 10 paying? And when you're putting money behind your marketing campaigns, that's a decision that you're going to have to make, and you're going to have to actually start executing on. Is, yeah, I mean, I don't think that, I mean, and we'll decide, we'll kind of play it by ear. We're not going to, you know, refactor the code so that we can't, you know, revert back and add the free plan if we just get absolutely no conversions. But I don't think, you know, to your point, I don't think, you know, when you say people will immediately bounce off, I do agree that some people will, but the people that are serious about trying the platform won't. And I think that that's, you know, definitely something to consider and to remember. iDev said, I see what you mean. I'd remove free and make the standard one effective after 2 weeks or 1 week trial that they can cancel within the app if they want before getting charged. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we're going to do. Tony said, I think you should rather learn about security first rather than having to ask about it. If you're asking such questions, you probably have no experience at all, and that's bad. Yeah, I mean, before you start vibe coding, especially with like security related stuff, you probably do need to do a little bit of research and just have an understanding, right? Because the AI is an extension of you, so you just need to make sure that you have an understanding of what you're working on and what needs to be done, and I think you'll be good. So just like kind of look it up, ask ChatGPT about it, maybe drop in some of that, and then okay, so this is making it a little bit. It doesn't need. All that is needed is the wallet address, not the wallet blockchain. Okay. Yeah, Purge. So, we do have a lot of ways for conversions. Like if you sign up for Vue Creator, you'll see that conversion logic like pretty much everywhere, right? It's like, you sign up, you get free, but you only get like, we set up something called entitlements. And with entitlements, you're only able to, actually set up, I think it's like, you can only use like the tools once per day and just like certain stuff like that, where once you use that, then you're going to get blocked, right? So, I think that that's definitely a point to have. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Okay, I want to check the description logic. Also, like, can we create, let's go over to ChatGPT, and I actually want to ask a question to chat. What is the name for, is it like Instagram carousels? That's what it's called, right? Yeah, happy to help, Jesse. It's called Instagram like carousels, right? Okay, let's see here. Instagram carousels. Instagram is a post type that allows users to share up to 20 photos and videos in a single post. So something I want to check now is if we go to SEMrush and we go to like, let's go to Instagram carousel generator. Okay, not a ton of people searching for that. What about Instagram slideshow generator? Nothing. TikTok slideshow generator? Wow, very, very few. Interesting. Yeah, but people will run out of credits. All right, it is not needed. Okay. True, IDev, yeah. You don't have to learn all of cybersecurity, but you do need to know, like, where are the landmines, right? Like a landmine would be just like, hey, how are you handling authentication inside your application? That's going to be a big one, right? So, where, you can do the best practices, it's like, hey, on the first try, if you ask ChatGPT or, whatever tool you're using, Codex, Cursor, and you have it build your auth system, I can almost like guarantee you it's going to put that JWT in local storage, right? It's just like almost like a defaults to it. So, you have to do some extra thinking and ask for that specific thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to launch another Claude here, and I'm going to launch another Claude. What I want to do is I want to see, like, is it TikTok generator? It's definitely more. Crazy how expensive some of these tools are. Like for video, you know, one of the biggest problems with AI video that's really tough is like, let's go to Sora 2. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but in like in Sora 2, for example, I was looking at this last night because I was actually building like some videos because we're gonna have to start working on the marketing more, right? And I was like, okay, like for example, you know, is there an ability, could you potentially create, you know, viral videos using Sora, right? Where it's like some type of, you know, trendy viral AI thing that you do to market your platform, right? And one issue that I have found is, for example, like, I'll just show you guys this. So I was kind of like playing around a little bit, right?
Yo, it's Bark Twain. I fetch views, not sticks. ViewCreator.ai turns my woofs into whoa. Thumbnails tight, titles bite, and your reels take flight.
So like, there's just like certain things that you could potentially do, right? Like this one too.
Yo, it's Bark Twain. I fetch views, not sticks. ViewCreator.ai turns my woofs into whoa. Thumbnails tight, titles bite, and your reels take flight. Sit.
Yeah, Jesse, that did help. Yep, thank you. So, you know, I'm just like trying to figure out, okay, like once we do start pushing marketing hard, you could have some of these UGCs where it's like literally it's almost like a shock effect, right? Where like you build like some type of character that you just, you know, continue to, you know, build on, right? And it could be like some like, you know, rapping dog or something like that, where it's like, yeah, like this was made using ViewCreator. Zuhaib, what's up? Yusuf, that's interesting. Yusuf said a hacker friend of mine approved with almost everything it made so far. That's really interesting. Wow. Yeah, no, Yusuf, that's actually really helpful because that's a question that a lot of people get on, you know, on security. People are like, how do you make it secure? How do you make it secure? And I think that that's something that Vibe Academy is going to achieve. And, you know, when I'm doing that series, it really gives me the opportunity to also start from scratch on a new project and to be able to teach a little bit better along the way of like, okay, for example, setting up a database, setting up security, setting up authentication, setting up these things. How do you do it, right? So I think that, you know, that Vibe Academy series that we're going to be doing over the next 2 months, where I'm going to be building the MVP for that product, I think is also going to help people a lot. So I hope that it helps you guys, and you know that I'm able to dive a little bit deeper rather than just kind of you guys watching me work and watching how I do things. What do you think about AI agent marketplace SaaS? I think it can be better than ViewCreator. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. A marketplace for AI agents would be interesting for sure. I don't think it has much to do with ViewCreator though. Just because ViewCreator, you can build AI agents for, you know, it's AI automations essentially for social media. Okay, so I want to show you guys this. Okay, so like for example, like whenever it creates the migrations, I don't like when it automatically creates them. So like here's all of our migrations. Here, this one, I'm just gonna delete this one. And this is TypeORM, and I'll probably explain this in one of the Vibe Academy videos because I probably will use TypeORM or something similar. But all you have to do is you have to CD into the ViewCreator database, and then what's nice is you can just run npm run migration generate, oops, spelled it wrong. Migration generate, and then it's going to generate the migration. One thing that you do need to check though is, hey, just make sure that it actually created like the data source is important. So let's go down to the data source. I just want to make sure that yeah, it did. Okay, so now we can do npm run migration run, and this makes it so that you don't actually have to write a bunch of SQL yourself, which is nice. It does speed up development, helps a lot. And then so that's done. So now that should work, and then let's check to see if that Claude instance was able to then update the front end. Yeah, Vibe Academy, let's go, Jesse. Once the novelty burns off, the real constraints show up. Fast debugging, state management, data flows, auth, scaling, edge cases, all this stuff. No code UIs can't mask. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over to localhost again. And like I said, now if you go to campaigns and you go to my campaign, you go to submit proof, now it should have your wallet address here. So this is super important, right? You know, I want to note that we're going to be using a stable coin. We are going to be using stablecoin for the payouts. So note that it is going to be USDC that will be used for the payouts. So the wallet address that they give needs to be able to accept USDC. See ya, Cams. Whisper flow. Update the front end to make sure that this is told to the user. So for the initial MVP, you know, since I do think that it's going to take some time, and I actually was talking to Linux yesterday, and he made some really good points where he was like, hey, you know, when you're launching, like, note that, you know, guys, we're headed into a holiday season, and there's not a whole lot going on, like, especially in the US when there's the holiday season in the midst, right? Is that, you know, you're going to have people that are worried about Thanksgiving, you know, Christmas, all this stuff. And I think where we're really going to go all in is we're just going to keep steady. We're going to stay consistent. And then once we get to the point where, you know, we're ready to launch, we're going to have Vibe Academy ready. We're going to have ViewCreator polished up and ready. And we're going to start hitting it hard at the very start of the new year once we're past, you know, the holiday season. But in this time, you know, we just have to lock in. We have to continue forward. We have to continue building. We have to continue learning how to market. And these are new things. Just Relax, how's it going? Yeah, Jesse, Vibe Academy, let's get it. Yusuf said, I see, to be honest, I just love the vibe here and how you approach those things. It's entertaining and motivating. I'm working while watching you, and I'm way more productive. Let's go, Yusuf. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, see you, Cams. Have a good one. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And there is a link to the Discord in the description or pinned to the chat, so make sure that you join the Discord if you haven't already. We have a great community, and it's a community of builders. It's a community of vibe coders. It's a community of people that you know, want good and want to work hard. And I think that you know, the way that this is headed is that we're going to a good place, guys. And the thing is that you have to remember is that when you really put it in perspective, like, and this is something that I have to remind myself of sometimes, you know, when I'm being, because I can be really, you know, hard on myself just on the fact that, you know, this stuff takes time. And there is going to be difficulty along the way in your path. And the people that succeed are the ones that when they meet those obstacles, when they reach that obstacle, that they're not going to let the sun get in their eyes and they're not going to pull over, but they're going to keep going. They're going to pull on their blinders. They're going to figure out how to get around the obstacle, and they're going to keep moving forward. Web3 mechanisms, what do you mean? Just Relax. What are my ideas on Vibe Academy? Yeah, so I mean, I think that Vibe Academy is going to be fantastic for this community and for the growth of everything that we're doing, because we're going to be able to market Vibe Academy using Vue Creator. We're going to be able to, you know, create a bunch of content for you guys and for other people on YouTube that are interested in vibe coding. We're going to be starting from scratch, where I'm going to be able to go over every part of the process of vibe coding and actually building an application that's able to scale and launch. I think it's going to be incredible, and we're going to build it over the next 2 months. It's going to be about 2 months to get to MVP. So now we have the wallet address. So I just want to test this here with an example. Let's just go to ViewCreator. So let's say that I wanted to, you know, actually create a submission. I would drop in this. I would say, hey, this got 10,000 views. I'm going to have to chat. Give me an example. Give me an example wallet address. Wow, Whisperflow is slow today. No, Jesse, that's not going to be live. It's going to be more condensed into actual videos, right? So I'll make a video where, you know, tomorrow a video is going to be like starting out the next, you know, the Next.js project for it, right? Cats, the crypto stuff is actually, it's the opposite of scope creep. You know, what it's more is we're just adding, you know, that field because we need to be able to handle payouts. Most of the people that are going to be enrolling in these campaigns are going to be from the community, right? So unless it would be that, so it's that versus Stripe Connect, right? And Stripe Connect has a ton of limitations, especially when you're talking about, like, you know, global payouts to people that are from different countries. So we'll drop in this. This is optional, so we submit. Yeah, it's going to be a series of uploads. Trick Shoots just asked, what's the app about? So we've been building Vue Creator. Vue Creator is an all-in-one platform for content creators and brands to be able to automate their marketing processes using AI. So we have a bunch of platform tools on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and we also have AI agents, Vue Spark Playground, and other tools to be able to help people, on social media be able to create their content with AI. Gotcha, Havens. All right, hey Vince, I'm actually gonna drop this in. Overkill, how's it going? This was a message from somebody in chat. Review it and think deeply about how we have this set up and properly adjust so it makes sense. I'm not really a huge crypto person in terms of this aspect. I've got some crypto, but not a ton, so I don't really understand it super well. Miha, how's it going? Yeah, brother codes, exactly. So I don't know if you've seen our agents work and how that works, but with agents, you're essentially able, if I go over to AI agents here, and this can be a great demo video. So watch this. So this is the Instagram viral content agent, right? So I can literally just click run now, right? And this is an agent that I've set up to be able to do some planning. Then it writes a description, and then it creates 3 images. There is a little UI bug here where it says write description for all of them. We're gonna need to fix that. So this is a little bit of a bug here. We'll fix that. So it creates a plan about essentially the hook. Then it writes a description. Here's what the description looks like. And then it's going to create 3 images. And you guys will be able to see what that looks like. So stop the scroll. So one thing with the agents is, it's very useful. I mean, let's just your brand up in the corner. I mean, this is pretty good, right? So I'm just gonna download these, and I'm actually gonna post this on, Instagram. So let me open up Instagram. I just downloaded those images. And let's go over to Instagram and just make that post on Vue Creator's Instagram, right? Pretty simple enough, right? So I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna do switch accounts. I'm gonna add the Vue Creator account. All right, so for example, here's the Vue Creator account. We don't have a ton of stuff on this yet, but I can just now take this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll make it better, but let's just click select from computer and just do 1, 2, 3, and we created this with an automation. One. Okay, that one's good. Next, or wait, no, let's crop it and let's crop this top part out. Wait, hold on. I can't crop this as well. Oh wait, here I can do it like this here. It's fine. I don't even care. So next, 1, 2. Okay, we have to change a little bit of the formatting here. All right, let's go back. Discard. So post. Select from computer. So it'd be 1. And that's 3. So it'd be 1, and then command 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So let's try that. So 1. Next. So 1, 2, 3, and then the description is this one right here. All right, perfect. And then just share it. So this is actually the first post that we've created using using Vue Creator, and we've been slowly making the agentic system better. Brother Code said, "Sweet, are you creating videos as well?" So yeah, so videos is the one problem with videos, and to answer your question, first of all, yes. But the biggest problem with videos and AI videos in general is that they're expensive, right? So you can go over to Playground inside of Vue Creator and you can go to videos, right? And you can use VO 3.1 reference to video, VO 3.1, VO 3 fast, Sora 2 text to video, VO 3.1 fast, Sora 2 image to video, Sora 2 video remix. But a huge issue that you have is that, these are expensive. These are expensive. Video models are very expensive. But with that being said, let me check chat here. So Overkill said, is it wrong to say an agent is just a prompt? Well, an agent, like, for example, an agent isn't just a prompt, right? Because AI agents, like how I actually built that. And let's see, why is this posting that? Or like, what's going on here? Okay, so here's like our first, so stop the scroll, feeling stuck in the quest to go viral, use first 3 words, trigger emotion. And then here, like, so there's like one issue, but I mean, we are doing a better job of getting the agents to work better together. That's one thing that I will say is that, over time, I do think that this will get better. So we'll see how that does, but I think that's good enough for now, right? I mean, I feel good about that. But yeah, so, the videos are really expensive, but when you go back to actually creating an agent, and I think this goes to Overkill's question, he's saying, hey, is it wrong to say that an agent is just a prompt, right? And the answer to that is no, because we actually have a system where this isn't just a prompt. Like, this is a cohesive agent where when you go over here, right? Like, let's say you create a plan, right? And literally, I'll just, let's switch these two, right? So that this is number 1 and this number 2. So how that agent was set up is I did a plan, and then the second step, so it planned it out, and then the second step was to create a description. So I want to switch this and this, and then you just create the description, and then you create an image, and you create another image. And the way that we actually have it structured and how it works is that there literally is an agent brain, where then when you go and you're running this, like, it's cohesive. And that's a huge difference, is that this is a cohesive agent. And I think that it'll get better over time. This is how that agent works. So that this was the start, then it planned, description, image, image, image. So that's the one that created this post here, is that it did image, image, image. But, we'll slowly make it better. There's things that I want to change, but also remember that the models are getting better too, which is going to be huge. R. Clannon said, does the inscription include video creation, or is it a BIOC? What's a BIOC? Oh, bring your own key. No, so the subscription does include video. So if you have the free subscription, doesn't, because if you're on the free plan, like, videos are too expensive. Like, you can't even, first of all, like, we're not going to allow free users to generate videos. Second of all, like, videos are expensive. I think it's like over 100 credits to be able to generate, a video, because a video is like $2. Like, if you use VO 3.1 to generate an 8-second video, it's 40 seconds. It's 40 cents per second. So, when you're using, VO 3.1, you have to be mindful of that, hey, yeah, I mean, this is expensive, right? Yeah, Haven said, I think that you should let creators post on Instagram directly from the platform. Meta has APIs for this. Yeah, so, that is something that we want to review, right? I mean, that is 100% the long-term mission. The question is, how hard is that actually going to be? And let's actually, I think that this is, I'm just going to drop this prompt in, and let's just consider this for a second, right? Think deeply about Vue Creator and how we could potentially integrate APIs for Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Whisper flow really slow today. Brother said, man, I would just work on perfecting that agent workflow. All the other stuff is just noise. I mean, so that's debatable, right? Because there are pretty good tools that I use on Vue Creator that I use and are really helpful, like the thumbnail generator and the title generator. But Brother Codes, is your point is just that that's like a super demoable thing? Is your point that, that's huge? I think ViewCreator has over 600 creators on it now. Yeah, Overkill onboarding is all sorted out. because the problem is that, you know, you do have limits. Publish single photos, videos, reels, and carousels. Thanks, Havens. So yeah, the Instagram Graph API, I've done a little bit of work with that a couple years ago with Influencer Marketplace, X. All right, data API, videos, insert, resumable uploads. Okay. Okay. I mean, do you guys want to try setting up an Instagram app today? Which one of these is the easiest to set up? Which one is the most difficult? All right, Brother Code said meta approvals are fairly easy, but it takes weeks to get approvals. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna launch that with the MVP. I mean, you could integrate with a third party, but as you guys know, we saw that a couple days ago on stream where essentially, you know, it's like $600 a month to integrate with, what was it? It was like AnyShare, I think, was it? Was it like AnyShare, I'm pretty sure? Instagram app, meaning that you actually are able to post. So you have an Instagram app that integrates with your application. So it's saying that TikTok is the most difficult. YouTube is the easiest. X. Yeah. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. So, I mean, we have the agents. Agents are strong. I don't think that we need to work out. I mean, I do have the calendar, and I say that it is coming soon, right? But I think to Brother Code's point, he sees, I mean, yeah, the agents is like, that is insane. The agents is a very good, powerful feature. I think agents is going to be a very powerful feature that we can demo. Add the wallet address to this. Page. Brother Code said that TikTok is so hard. They take 4 to 6 weeks just to look at your submission. Well, okay, so as you guys know, I use like Opus Clip. Opus Clip is great for being able to create those short form clips. Like Opus Clip is really good. I use them. And they have your calendar over here, right? So if I go, no. It's social accounts, right? So I can pull up my social accounts, and you guys can see that I have a couple social accounts. And one thing that I want to show you guys, so if you click Add Account here, and let's say that I open up, so I have X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. So let's maybe like reverse engineer this and figure out, like, I doubt that, like, there's no way that the best thing to do is to, you know, create like your own setup where, like, I doubt that Opus Clip is integrating with each of them, you know, by themselves, right? Byron said, how much did you spend during the entire development period? Probably around like maybe like 4,000 over the past 3 months. Okay, so like, for example, let's just go to, let's just use YouTube, right? So it says connect YouTube. All right, so let's do connect, right? And this is what I want to show you guys. All right, this is what I want to show you guys. So, all right, this is important. All right, this is super, super important, guys. All right, watch this. Look at this. When we reverse engineer it, and it launches that authentication window, and it says sign in with Google, choose your account or a brand account, and it says to continue with Plan Social. So the question that I have is, can we reverse engineer what Opus Clip is doing? Because I bet that there's a better way to do it. This is how the linking process works for Opus.clip. what API are they using to connect users' accounts inside of the application so that users can post from the application to their socials? Yeah, Brother Code said that's the only way. Yeah. Thank you, Burberry. All right, Brother Code said, I had a social media management application where I connected my app to all those platforms. YouTube is by far the easiest. Okay, Brother Codes, thank you. So Brother Codes knows what he's doing, so I bet he can be really helpful. Okay. So I need to figure out how to Opus. Okay, there isn't one universal API here. Apps like Opus, Plan, Social, wire up each platform's official OAuth plus API posting. But what's the Plan Social then? I think you're wrong here. What is this Plan Social? Do you see the API? Or the screenshot? It says to continue to Plan Social. What is that? What is Plan Social? Like, Plan Social has to be something, right? Plan Social, social media posting API. All right, so getlate.dev, post to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Threads, and more. Pricing. All right, $667 a month. Because I think, you know, how this works is these, like, for example, these businesses, if you connected with an API, you know, that business, that API has already gone through the process of getting approved, right? So like Brother Codes, I think this would give you like some perspective on what I'm thinking about is that, you know, instead of like, for me, no way would I go down the road of connecting to each of those individually. I think that's a terrible idea. Because even if you get approved, even if you can, then you don't even have unlimited. Like, you're going to get limited. You're going to have errors. You're going to have, you know, not a place that, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult. You know, but I think that if we can find maybe like this, I mean, we'll take a look at this. But if we can figure out how to, you know, connect posting, if we can figure out how to handle content generation all the way to posting, we will be one of the first platforms to have figured that out, where, you know, you can then automate that process where there's a step inside that agent. Like if we go back over to ViewCreator, you know, and we just take a look at this here. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? 29. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for example, you know, if we go back over to AI agents, you know, we could have a node where literally the node is to post to their YouTube. Right? And that takes an action, right? So you can run these agents and just boom, 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 click, 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 and it's able to run the agent, and one of the steps is to even make the post for you. XLI said third-party API will kill your scaling. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because, you know, if you have one of these that have, or XLI, do you mean a third-party API meaning like with the YouTube? Because the way I look at it is, for example, for this, if we go back to the pricing page, we could sign up for this $600. We won't to get started. We could just do Accelerate here, and we could just do like, you know, for example, you know, we could just do $165 a month. We get 250 profiles, unlimited posts. I mean, you're talking about a company that has already gone through the work to be able to get approved, to do all of that, and they already are connected. The question is how does their API actually work? For example, auth, you know, but there's documentation for this as well. So instead of having to build our own system from scratch, there's documentation with late, with getlate.dev. So we're gonna look at that. Yeah, Haven said, imagine your platform, you start an agent and it posts for you. It's crazy. Yeah, 100%. No, Havens, I don't think that that's the right thing to do. Brother Code said Plan Social is the name of the Opus Clips OAuth agent. Okay, interesting. R Clanin said OIDC is what is used to link to social media accounts like that. Yeah, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, I don't think that you know, setting up individually is the best way to go. I think it would be, you know, just buying a subscription where if you do unlimited, like you get this, it's $8,000 a year. But guys, the long-term vision of ViewCreator, and it always has been, you know, maybe I haven't done a good enough job, you know, expressing this, but the long-term vision is that over time, the AI content gen is going to get better. And just like what we've seen with, you know, AI generators like ChatGPT, you know, now a bunch of articles and a bunch of writing is now produced by ChatGPT. The same thing is going to happen on social media with content generation. So if we can be one of the first people to figure that out, I think that would be huge. And you know, what we're talking about here is we have one API to connect to. They've already connected to all these. And all we have to do is we have to integrate with this API. We have to pay some money. And then, I mean, it's not even that much money anyway. You know, $49 a month per 50, you know, that's nothing for what we could accomplish. I mean, we could take this big, you know. Yeah, Brother Codes, no, since it's a business, we can make that investment, right? And I think that's like one of the reasons that I think a lot of you guys like watching this is because, hey, BridgeMind is a business. You know, I'm not out here, you know, like, oh, I can't spend any money. I'm trying to play it smart. I'm not wasting money. But, you know, we do need to look at this. So plan tiers. So it's $1,000 a month and you get unlimited posts and unlimited profiles. So this is the best API I've seen. Let's just do some research here on ChatGPT and figure out, let's just do this. Instead of doing that where I connect personally to all of those, like for example, TikTok, X, YouTube, Instagram, instead I'm more interested in integrating with an already existing API that has already gone through that, and I'm able to integrate with that API. Do significant research and come back to me with a list of 10 APIs or companies that do this, where I'm able to integrate with their API, and then I can integrate their API into my application to handle this posting. All right, Real Zuhaib said, check out this site, dlvrit.com. This. Okay, so this is from Zuhaib. He said, check this out. So dlrv.it. So post once, share everywhere, pricing. So this is another one. So there are a lot of these, right? There are a lot of these. This one is not as good. This is an agency plan. And what I hate dealing with, and just from my past experiences in business and in startups, I hate dealing with the companies that have, you know, the low plans, and then they have the enterprise plan that says like get started and you have to talk to a sales agent. Because on AnySphere, which was the first one that we looked at, if you look up AnySphere was bad because on AnySphere, literally look at this. So wait, why did I look up AnySphere? It's AnyShare social API. So look at this one. Sprout Social, it's not that one. Where is it? Okay, yeah, this one right here. Okay, so this is the one that I looked at. If I go over to pricing, right? Look at this. This is what I hate. So yeah, basic, free, premium, $159 a month, unlimited API calls, and then you get connections to all of these, 1,000 real-time and scheduled posts a month, and then for business, get started for $500 a month, and then like you have to like contact them, right? And you have to talk to a sales agent and stuff, right? Okay, Brother Codes said it's not hard to set up; it just takes time. Well, Brother Codes, we're not going to do the we're not going to do that. We're not going to set them up manually because we're going to hit usage limits and we're going to hit quotas. So if you look at users, all right. So this is Reddit. So Facebook. Where is like TikTok? I don't see TikTok or any of that. So that's one thing I'm not seeing. So here it says replaces this. So this is AnyShare. This literally is AnyShare. Better than AnyShare is what they say. But why in the docs am I not seeing the endpoints for, you know, like TikTok and stuff? You guys see what I'm saying? Endpoints, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Reddit. I literally only see Reddit, Facebook. Let's see what ChatGPT came back with. No, Brother Codes, because look at what it said. It said that it takes weeks to do. I don't think that's the move. But let me know if it's otherwise. Okay, so here's late. One API. I mean, it's not that expensive. And we'd already be able to, we don't have to wait at all. We don't have 6 weeks to wait. Haven said, I usually say build in public, but you going live like this and taking feedback is on another level of building in public. Kudos. Thank you, Havens. Yeah, I try and stay involved. You guys know how it is. Appreciate what you guys are saying. Brother Code said the APIs allow you to post their platforms on behalf of users. Yes, I know. So what's your point? So there's any AYR share is the number 1. Late was number 2. Targets X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Threads, Blue Sky, etc. Positioning is their lean dev first. So I get that, but why is there no like TikTok endpoints here? Ask Docs AI. So they have a Docs assistant. What is the endpoint so that I can schedule a TikTok post? Okay, that's interesting. So you would do, I mean, this is pretty simple, right? So, and I think this is the benefit of integrating with an API instead. Haven said the thing is why I usually prefer setting up social media's APIs myself is because you are connecting creators' profiles and accounts to that API, which is an external entity that you can trust. So this is, okay, the posts endpoint. TikTok account ID. So V1 posts, platform, filter by platform, profile ID. Okay. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked, subscribed, make sure you do so. And also, we have a Discord. I want to see, has anybody yet joined the Discord today? I'm going to give a couple shout outs if you have. Shout out to Castra for joining the Discord. And if you guys are watching, haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. That's why we have such an engaged community. I'm going to drop another link to it in chat. Here's the link to the Discord, guys. Okay. Brother Code said it's a day or 2 to set up, but the approvals take a little time. You can do other stuff while you're waiting on approvals. Jesse said, personally speaking, I think setting up by yourself would be better. Okay, let's just ask ChatGPT. What would be better, integrating with one of these APIs or to actually set up the integrations with Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube ourselves? Think deeply and give me a sure answer, yes, on which one you would choose. So let's use ChatGPT to figure it out, yeah? $600 a month is not a lot. It's a business. Okay. Okay, so it does say to go direct, build your own integrations with YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay. Why I choose direct over a middleware API for ViewCreator. Control and reliability. The third-party relays add a point of failure, opaque rate limit behavior, and breaking change lag. Direct gives you first-party error codes, sane retries, and predictable quotas. Compliance and longevity. Platforms prefer and sometimes require apps to authenticate users directly. Middleware can drift out of the policy, get throttled, or lose access. Your product inherits that risk. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. No, I do think that's interesting. All right, so let's just try one. Where would you start integrating which one? YouTube, X, Instagram, or TikTok? Because this is going to be a huge part of ViewCreator, right? We have to be able to set this up. It's a requirement for the long term. You know, okay, so it says YouTube. Okay. Walk me through how to get this set up. Provide me links to where I will create an account for this, etc. Okay, shout out to Brother Codes. Shout out to Havens. Shout out to Jesse. I really appreciate your guys' feedback. And, you know, as you guys know, I do listen to you guys, and I appreciate the pushback, especially Brother Codes seems like he does know what he's talking about, and it comes from a really good perspective. So shout out to Brother Codes as well. Really appreciate that, because that's what I need, guys. All right. So let's have it walk through it, and let's just do this. Let's spend a little bit of time on this, right? Let's see. Hey, what can we do? Can we set this up? How hard is it going to be? And I think to Brother Code's point, this is really well said. I'm just going to take the screenshot of it and kind of put it up here on stream from Brother Code's. This is what Brother Code said. It's a day or two to set up, but the approvals take a little time. You can do other stuff while you're waiting on approvals. So we could just go through and, like, you know, try and, you know, do the setup, get approved, sign up, whatever that looks like, so that we get that ball rolling. You know, as you guys know, we don't have to immediately start generating a bunch of revenue. You know, when you're actually looking, and this is something that I've mentioned to a couple of you guys in our private conversations, is that when you are building a company and you have a goal like the one that we have to actually make $1 million, you know, that is the goal, right? And, you know, you're not going to get there by, you know, being all hungry and like super, you know, boom, 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 like you have to like make money in like a month or two. Just like take the time to like actually get a feel for where things are at and be able to build your company, right? And the timeline that I have is, hey, I'm not going to put all this pressure on myself in the first, like, before 6 months. There's like no pressure for us to be making money. I don't think that we're going to be like profitable, you know, in the first 6 months. I think 6 to 12 months is when you start to really and try to build that up. But in that, you know, in this first period, we don't have to be profitable. And I expect to be working on this, but like there's stuff like that we can do with this, where this makes the product way more powerful. If we can hook this up, if we can add it in the agentic functionality, I think that's huge. You know, but to the point, I mean, hey, like that is a powerful feature right there, to be able to, you know, just run an agent and get there. I mean, guys, this is the future. Seriously, it's crazy. All right, so Google for developers. So you go over here. All right, so YouTube Data API Overview. So the document is intended for developers who want to write applications that interact with YouTube. It explains basic concepts of YouTube and the API and of the API itself. It also provides an overview of the different functions that the API supports. What's up, Yusuf? How's it going? Ray, what's good? So you need a Google account to access the Google API console, request an API key, and register your application. Create a project in the Google Developers Console and obtain authorization credentials so your application can submit API requests. All right, so we can go over here. Okay, so it's just a Google Cloud. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, so here's this. All right, so Google Cloud Console. So we go over to the Google Cloud Console here. We have the ViewCreator project here. And, all right, so let's just copy this. I am now in the Google Cloud Console. Walk me through step by step on how I would actually get this set up. All right. Yeah, Yusuf, 100%. Yeah. All right, so new project. I already have one. So it wants me to go to, let's hear. And also, maybe we can get a couple agents working for us on the back end as well, just so that we're also working on some issues with the application. I mean, things are like pretty polished up at this point. Things work just really well. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I agree, Havens. Agent duplicated. So we duplicated an agent? Oh, wow. Okay, thank you, Havens. All right, so Havens is a meta engineer. Badass, bro. Let's go. Oh, one thing for sure that I know that we have to do is over in the playground here for videos, like some of these like image to video, the parameters are not correct. That's one thing that I wanted to note today. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let me check Discord real quick, see if there are any new people. Okay, so big shout out to Bitachok, Chaff, Nick, Naseri, E, shout out, Bitachok. Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to the Discord community. Let's go. Okay, so I do have a video. So this is actually something that I set up for documentation. So I have this video schema here. And this video schema is 11 pages. And this is all of the, like if I look up VO 3.1 reference to image, it's going to be in here. And if I just drop this in, and I can drop this into, let's just drop it into Sonnet 4.5 here. And I'm just going to do Ultra Think. I'm going to paste all of this in. And that's going to be a lot of characters, yeah. And then I'm going to go over to this, and I'm going to drop it in the playground. I'm going to say, in the playground for the video schema, there are some parts of the models, for example, the image to video or the VO 3.1 reference to video, just as two examples that take in images. And currently in our UI, those fields are not actually showing up. For example, Sora 2 image to video doesn't have the ability for me to drop in images, and the VO 3.1 reference to video doesn't have the ability to drop in images. So look at the schema and then assist me in building in the logic into the playground page here and making sure that the API has the functionality so that I can drop in reference images to those models. First, create a plan README and come back to me once that plan is complete. All right, so we're just gonna do a plan real quick because that's gonna take a lot of context in. Soham said, hi, finally, Vibe Academy, good luck for all of us. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, meta developer in the chat, let's go. So we're gonna be working on that. That's definitely something that we wanna get fixed. And then in terms of, like, honestly, you know, ViewCreator is looking so good to the point where, like, yeah, I mean, we're ready for people to start bug hunting. And, I'm excited, guys. It's gonna be really, really cool. Okay. All right, so let's go here. So this one's gonna be working up here. Let's just let that work, honestly. And then let's just go back here and let's start working through this. So it says create a project. So I'm gonna do this on my other monitor because there are gonna be like some sensitive API keys and stuff that I can't show on stream. But I'll kind of be walking you guys through the process as well. So I'm in my Google Cloud console, right? And all I have to do is I have to go to the project, which I'm already in the project, and then you go to the APIs and services. So if you guys are familiar with Google Cloud, you know, you can set this up so that you can connect to all these different APIs and services inside of Google Cloud, right? So now I go to library, and then I can just search the YouTube Data API v3. And then I have to enable this API. So I'm going to copy and paste this in. And actually, I can definitely show this to you guys. So I can literally just paste this in, right? And here it is right here. So the YouTube Data API v3. And all I have to do is click on this. And then I just click enable here. So that is now done. That step is now complete. So now you have to configure the OAuth screen. So we're going to take a look at that next. Would you like me to proceed with implementing these changes? Yes, proceed with implementing the changes. All right, also, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's get it. All right, I'm back. Data OC said, off topic, I was playing with image generation on ViewCreator. An option to paste an image is a must, I think. Reference images mostly come from capture, cut, paste. Definitely need direct paste. Okay, well, all we gotta do is launch this. Go to Claude. And we are going to now just drop that in, have it review, come up with a plan. Let's do Ultra Think. This is a feature request from a user. Please review in depth and identify how we can enable this and build a utility for this and then integrate it into the application respectively where needed. All right, so we'll have these two agents working here. All right, so the next step is configure the OAuth consent screen. Hung, I'm dead. Yeah, schoolboy skin. That's hilarious. All right. All right. OAuth consent screen. Okay, so OAuth consent screen. So I just finished step 2 and I'm now on step 3 for configuring the OAuth consent screen. Here's what I'm looking at. Help me integrate this correctly now. All right, this song's fire. Oh, is thinking not even on? Oh no, yeah, thinking is on. I kind of like using Ultra Think. It's like makes it a lot better. Sometimes I find that Claude isn't as good as like GPT-5 Codex High, like at least Sonnet 4.5. So I like to use Ultra Think because it does make it better. All right, so left nav, home page. All right, branding. Okay, you go branding. Oh, I've already done all this. I've already configured all this. What's the next step? Yusuf said, have you also added dark mode? What, to ViewCreator? Yeah. All right, so apparently this is actually really easy to integrate, so we'll see. That would be badass. Yusuf said, after connecting your social accounts, or Zuhaib said, after connecting your social accounts with ViewCreator with scheduling content, I think we can also have auto post so we can post once and share everywhere as well. Yeah, like once you integrate that, I think because we have that agentic functionality, we'll be able to literally set up a node, and the node will be like for posting, right? So you can literally create an agent, and we'll have a node where one of the nodes will be like, post this on Instagram, or post this on TikTok, or post this on here, you know? So I think it'll be really interesting to see. Okay. Thanks, Gato. Let's go. Okay, so authorize redirector, yes. Okay. So audience and set scopes. All right, so scopes. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Brother Code said you have to make a demo videos about how users will connect their account and post it to YouTube. You'll have to share that YouTube URL to YouTube when you submit verification. Okay, good to know. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Brother Code. It's very helpful. Okay. All right, add audience. So I can literally do a test user here. All right. Okay. All right, we'll just use this. Okay, so this one's now done. Let's check this real quick. And we'll actually do a reference video. So for example, like if I want to, let's just do this, right? Create a video of this man talking about Vibe Academy and how it is an academy for people to learn how to vibe code. They can go to vibeacademy.ai to sign up. Okay, so then it would be like show, 8 seconds, choose the resolution, and then generate. So let's see, just to make sure that this actually is generating. So this is Vue 3.1 reference to video. I just want to make sure that that's working. Okay, continue now. All right, so let's see if this works. This should take like maybe, I don't know, maybe like a minute or two for Vue 3.1. Vue 3.1 is faster than Sora 2. But more expensive. Like I think Sora 2 is 10 cents per second, so you can make, you know, an 8 or 10-second video would be $1. Failed to start generation. Okay, let's see what caused that. Maybe there was a bug that was thrown that we didn't see at the top. Generating reference guided video. Okay. Check the console. First raw draw. Looks like it worked. Looks like it's still going. Look, there's literally still one going right now. I think it's working. That's interesting that through that error. Okay. Okay. So is that done now? Okay. So here's the video.
Vibe Academy is an academy for people to learn how to vibe code. They can go to vibeacademy.ai to sign up.
I mean, guys, you can see the future of this. And, you know, I think that what I want to do is, you know, we're very early in the process. You know, I've only been working on this since day 20. So I've been working on this for about like a little bit over a month, maybe like a month and a half now. And you can see the way that the technology is headed. You know, the limitations right now on video gen are quality isn't great, audio quality isn't great, like a lot of misspellings in text, very expensive, slow. So it can't go to the mainstream. Like it literally can't. Like it has not crossed that point yet. But the thing is, it will. And if we're there to be able to catch that, if you can have that vision to see where things are heading, and to be then able to catch that, to have a platform that will handle the social postings, that will have AI agents to automate all this, that will have, you know, all these features bundled up as one big package as a platform, I think that will be like literally probably able to make millions of dollars off this. So I'm very excited, but it's going to take some time. But you guys can see even from this, like just very interesting to see that happen.
Vibe Academy is an academy for people to learn how to vibe code. They can go to vibeacademy.ai to sign up.
I mean, come on. It's insane. Just where that technology is even now. Nuts. Can we do... I'm pretty sure that Sora 2 has... Like, if we switch to Sora 2, we should have a parameter for, like, what the... Like, if we do text to video... Yeah, we have the aspect. So this is, like, one way as well. Is, like, you'll be able to... Like, on Sora, a big difference is... You know, you can choose what landscape you want in, right? So you have, you know, landscape or, you know, vertical. And you don't have that in Vue 3.1. So just interesting that, you know, Sora knew that was going to be important. or OpenAI did. Very interesting. Okay. So here it actually gave us some code. Okay. Okay, interested to see. But I'm happy that we're doing this now, because ultimately with that vision in mind of, yes, we're going to make it so that you can post from the platform, right? That is a big aspect of the platform. So I think the fact that we're kind of starting to explore this now is important. So it says, so Zuhaib, I mean, right now, like you have to remember that, you know, I think your perspective, because you haven't been on a ton of the streams, you know, you're kind of missing a lot of the perspective, is that we're in no rush to try and generate a bunch of revenue because of what I just said. If you were paying attention, you know, the technology isn't there yet. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a platform that, yes, like maybe we'll get like decent revenue over the next couple months, you know, but I don't think that it's to the mainstream yet. Those things have not crossed. So our goal is we want to be the company that was grinding and has the platform for, you know, for that when it comes, right? And it's probably like a year out, you know, like once they release, you know, I would say it's about 2 to 3 image or video models away from being something where pretty much probably 50% of social media will be AI content. You know, it's like, it'll be insane. Okay. Remember that I am trying to set up the YouTube API so that I can actually post and schedule posts from the application to my YouTube account. Review the project and then assist me in creating a README file for that plan. Since we already have a ViewCreator OAuth client, note that I have already created, you know, that integration, but I'm trying to think through, you know, with where our current code is and our current system and our current setup. Review the Google API integration already. I just enabled the YouTube API v3 so that we could do the posting and whatnot, but review the existing project, specifically the ViewCreator API, and then create a README on the current and existing implementation, and then what would be needed to actually implement the API for scheduling and posting from ViewCreator to YouTube for users. Okay, we're gonna create a README for this. Jose said, literally what I'm doing too, being the platform that has the user base and validation, so when the tools actually improve, I'll be at the forefront. Yeah, I think that, you know, if you can build that end-to-end integration, it'll be huge. It'll be huge. And figure out how to make some money in the meantime, but be the first person there. Jose said, right now I'm just getting users hooked on the idea in my MVP. The idea is your MVP. Nice. Yeah. Keep going, Jose. Let's go. Jesse, what's up? Welcome back. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I see we got 50 people watching, only like 20-something likes. Also, if you guys have not already joined the Discord, I just want to give a big shout out to these users here that have joined. And I want to drop in a Discord link. If you have not already joined the Discord, join the community, guys. If you guys are builders, vibe coders, interested in technology and AI, make sure that you guys join the Discord, because that's where we hang out. And we have a huge community, over 500 members, and it's just growing every single day. So Maxiologies, how's it going? Have you set up Claude Code skills yet? I have not. Have you tried that out yet? How is it? Would you recommend it? All right, so we're gonna create a README here to see kind of where we're at right now. And then, so this looked very good.
Vibecademy is an academy for people to learn how to vibe code. They can go to vibecademy.ai.
So that's like one example, vibecademy.ai. Unless I spelled it wrong. I don't think I spelled it wrong, did I? Shout out to Zenki for joining the Discord. Thank you for joining. Welcome. But I mean, also, like, this was another one, something that we created. I mean, but I want to know, like, how much did that cost, right? Like, how much did it cost to generate that video? I think it was $2, right? Yeah, it was literally $2, because I can go here and I can literally see how much did this cost. Oh my gosh, look at this. That cost $3.20 for that 8-second video. Oh yeah, because it's 40 cents a second. It's 40 cents a second, so I paid $3.20 for that, guys. That's insane. And that's why it's like, yeah, like nobody is using that. And no, John, yeah, it's not supposed to be VibeCAD deny. And that's like the issue, right? Is it's like, yeah, I mean, look at that, $3.20 for an 8-second video. And when people ask about this and they're like, hey, you know, like that's actually a good sign to me. And I'll tell you why. And it goes back to that point. At $3.20 at that quality level, it's not possible for people to actually have a genuine use case for that. Nobody is spending $3.20 for an 8-second video that's like kind of garbage and you know, costs $3.20. It's insane. Yeah, Jose said it's ridiculous pricing right now. But that's gonna change. The Gato said, the fact you are being so transparent and detailed with your launch, man, helps a ton for me. Once I reach a good MRR, I won't forget you. I will pay my thanks. Thank you, Gato. Yeah, I'm happy to help. You know, it's like, it's tough out here, man. It's tough. It's like, hey, you know, you just have to be okay with knowing, like, yeah, I mean, people are, you know, people come on and I'll get some people that are hating in chat. And, you know, I think that you just have to have that belief and trust in yourself and in your plan and know what you're doing. And you can't listen to people, right? It's like that, hey, the sun is going to get in your eyes, and the people that are going to succeed are the ones that are going to continue driving even when the sun is in your eyes. You just cannot stop. You cannot quit. And there are times, you know, where I will be, you know, feeling that obstacle, where I'll be feeling that like, oh, wow, you know, this is tough, right? And I think everybody gets that. And, you know, it's just there are those that quit and there are those that push through and break through obstacles, and you have to decide who you are. I know which one I am. Jose said, I am doing organic ads using Sora and it gets no views. Yeah, that's actually really good feedback as well on that, because, you know, yeah, I mean, you could do something like I showed you guys yesterday with like the rapping dog or something like that, but I just don't think it's here yet. I think it's still a year to 2 years out. Maxiologies has been around for a minute. He's kind of like an OG. He usually shows up every day and says what's up. All right, so this is working there. It looks like this is working, but like, you know, for example, now if we go to, let's now try like Sora, right? So let's try Sora. We can do, you know, Sora to image to video, and let's like check FAL real quick, just to like confirm like, hey, how much does that actually cost, right? Let's go over to FAL. And let's go to Sora 2. And I'm pretty sure it's, what is it? I'm pretty sure it's 10 seconds, 10 cents per second. So, you know, that's a fourth of the cost of the Google model, which is a big difference, right? I mean, that's a huge difference. So for Pro, I think Pro is 20 seconds. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Pro, the pricing is 30 cents per second for 720. And then it's 50 cents per second for 1080. And then if you just use normal, is that where it's 10 cents a second? Okay, yes, that one's 10 cents a second. And this is not Pro, this is just normal. So let's try the same thing, right? So this is gonna cost 80 cents. Create a video where this man is talking about Vibe Academy. launching January 1st, 2026 at ViveCademy.ai. And that one's gonna be another landscape resolution. Definitely want the 720p, and then we'll make it 8 seconds. Is that the actual? Is that correct? Okay, yeah, 4, 8, 12. And that's why it's really nice to have the, you know, that schema that I showed you guys right here. Like literally, and this is why I use FAL. You know, you can just drop in the schemas and immediately, you know, you have that schema as reference. It's perfect. So let's try this now. Just make sure this is working. Let's do 8 seconds, but let's generate this. So this is gonna be 80 cents. Danny, what's up? Happy hump day, man. Good to see you. Awaken without coffee. Why is it? It keeps saying failed to start generation. Is that true? Is that true? Hold on. Let's see this. Whoa. The Sora 2 image to video generation failed. Why did this happen? Identify and fix. Identify and fix. It's pretty nice. BFR Gaming, what's up? Also, BFR, it's good to see you because I need your help here soon. I'm going to have a lot of demo videos, and as we've discussed, you know, I need some help on the clipping. So if you're available for that, that will probably start next week. So just wanted to let you know. Good to see you. The profit margin on the video models, I don't know the exact profit margin on the video models. It's very, very slim, though. I'm pretty much just doing it at cost to get started. I got a bunch of freeloaders. I'm basically just letting everybody freeload off it for now. Okay, also, where did this README go? What README is it? Okay, YouTube API integration plan. So let's pull up Cursor and actually get that plan. Okay. Jesse said, I've been thinking to be a part of Vibe Academy that's meaningful and helpful for others. Could that be possible? What do you mean, Jesse? Like to help with the project? Okay, so I'm going to go to, wait, what am I doing? YouTube API integration plan. Let me search, let me control off this. YouTube API integration plan. All right. All right, so this is what this created. Danny said a new TikTok clipping tool, Smart Split, just dropped. Let's check it out. Usually WDan doesn't miss. Smart Split. Oh. Do you have a URL, Dan? Oh, this is literally in TikTok? All right, TikTok can use AI to turn your long video into short ones. TikTok announced 3 new features at its US Creator Summit yesterday. Okay. All right. All right, we're introducing Smart Split. Okay, let me zoom in. An AI-powered editing tool to make content creation more efficient and accessible, available on TikTok Studio Web globally. Smart Split automatically clips, reframes, captions, and transcribes longer content into multiple short videos ready for TikTok. For example, Smart Split can help creators cut their day in the life vlog or a podcast episode into multiple clips. Okay. So to get started, creators can upload content over 1 minute long and select the parts they'd like to convert into shorter clips. Based on the selected part of the video, Smart Split can automatically choose a video length, or creators can choose a specific length for videos. Additionally, creators can choose from a range of caption formatting options and reframe the content into vertical clips. Once Smart Split creates the clips, creators can select any video to upload straight to their TikTok account. Wow. That's incredible. Yeah. 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 I don't know. This looks new. This just came out October 28th. Yeah, October 28th. Okay. So I already have a Google sign-in client, so it says gaps to address now. So separate OAuth flow and minimal scopes. So it says keep your existing Google sign-in app for auth only. Create a second OAuth client, ViewCreator YouTube, that only requests YouTube.upload plus YouTube if you need playlist updates. This avoids overscoping your login app and simplifies Google verification later. Okay. All right. Okay, Brother Coach, thank you. So I have to create 2 OAuth clients. All right. I'm gonna take a screenshot here. Review this, and without exposing any sensitive information, since I'm on stream, tell me, do I need to create a second OAuth client? Okay, the new one will have different scopes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Codes. All right, also this says that this is now fixed. So let's go over here and try and create this again. Akira, we've made $1,112 in revenue. That doesn't include losses. All right. Still getting this error here. I got this error again. All right, yes, create a second account. All right. All right, create client. I am choosing web application. I think I'm gonna turn off thinking. Or light thinking. What should I name it? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, different callback. are the redirect URIs, are those for the API or is it for the front end? I'm gonna grab an apple real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, hold up. Should I provide all of the environments URIs? Okay. All right, sorry, Kira, 1 second. Answer your question. I'm just doing one thing on my end. So we are building Vue Creator. So if you guys are watching, you don't know what Vue Creator is. So Vue Creator, you can access it at ViewCreator.ai. We're in open beta. We now have over 600 users on the platform. And what Vue Creator is, it's an all-in-one platform for influencers, creators, and brands to be able to create content using AI. So we have features like platform-specific tools. So for example, YouTube tools, thumbnails, titles, description generator, chapter generator, transcript generator. We also have the ability for users to be able to create AI agents. So here, if I go to create agent, I can create a agentic workflow to be able to create like Instagram posts or YouTube descriptions or whatever I need to do for different workflows. That's super important. We also have ViewSpark, which is an AI marketing assistant. We also have the Playground where you're able to use AI to be able to create images and videos with different models as they come out. We're working on our content calendar to make sure that users can actually post to X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok from the platform. And then we also have a creator platform where you're able to enroll in the UGC campaign, UGC campaigns so that you can earn money by being able to enroll in campaigns and post videos related to those campaigns and earn money that way. Let's see here. Tyler said, do you have Claude Code? If so, try orchestrating with it. It's a game changer. What do you mean orchestrating with it? All right, wait, hold. Invalid origin URIs must not contain path with end in this. hold on. All right, so right now we're actually working on getting the YouTube API set up. Why am I getting errors for this? Yeah, thank you, Hung. That is true. Yeah, sometimes when we do get people asking just about what it is, you know, if I had to answer it every time, it would be just a little bit difficult for me. I wouldn't be able to get to everybody. All right, so app dot. No paths. Oh, interesting. It doesn't want paths. Oh, those are the JavaScript origins. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. All right. So drop this in, and then JavaScript origins. So, okay, that makes sense. All right. So this is creator. And then we have dev creator. And then we have localhost 3003. Okay. All right, cool. So I can now create this, and then I'm going to be able to get that new. Okay, so I just have got all that secret information. So now an important question to ask is, okay, so I now have the environment variables for this, but I need to know, you know, since I already have environment variables set for the Google Auth, what would I name the environment variables for this? Would it be different environment variables that are named differently? Tyler says, I use it to deploy Codex and keep track of all things, deploy parallel runs planned without stopping on each other, and also orchestrate local models, Codex hardness, GPT-20B, OSS, X300 agents. Oh, geez. So Tyler is an absolute baller, is what he pretty much just said. Okay, so Google logging client. Okay, so we're going to have to update some environment variables here. So let me pull this over here. All right, existing. All right, so I do need to update these. So I would love to show you guys the environment variables, but not today. Don't really feel like showing that to you guys today. Okay, so Google, okay, callback ID. Front end redirector. Okay. Okay, so Google YouTube client ID. So I'd rather, instead of just, instead of having to reset everything that I currently have, I'm probably just gonna reset. I'm just gonna set these. So client ID, put that in. So you get a client ID, you get a client secret, and then you get, you set your redirect. Okay. My redirect URI OAuth Google login callback. Okay, and that's the API domain. Okay, so it'd be localhost 3001 for this. Okay, sorry guys, so I'm just updating these environment variables. Just give me a second. All right. I have now set these environment variables inside of my project. I configured a new OAuth client, as you can see. All right. So now I have this new OAuth client. I want to create, I want to keep the environment variables for our existing ViewCreator OAuth client the same, so I don't have to refactor a bunch of environment variables. But now I am introducing this second OAuth client for specifically the YouTube Connect aspect of things. So review how I have set this up, and then help me update the README file so that this is properly configured. All right, now go to this. And I can just drop all this in. And then I'm also going to ultra-think this. Oh, and speaking of which, oh shoot. I probably should have started another chat, honestly, because I'm really low on this one. Yeah, let's go J35. Let's get it. All right, so I'm gonna do a new setting here. So this is huge. If you guys are following along, I'm gonna use Claude, and I'm actually going to use Opus for this. Let's check usage real quick, because I think, why is this taking so long? Oh, there we go. All right, so let's check usage and see where our, okay, so current week on Opus, 41% used, resets November 1st, so I think we should probably use Opus on this. I mean, or we could use Clonet 4.5. Sorry, J35, not today, man. So, I mean, we could change the model. I don't know what you guys would suggest. We can use, obviously, Sonnet 4.5, or we can switch to Opus just because we do have the usage. Let's use Sonnet 4.5 and just use UltraThink on it. I've had a lot of success with that. So I wish the image doesn't get attached, right? Like, just copying and pasting that doesn't work, right? I'm pretty sure I'll have to drop in an additional image. That's fine. How many images do we have? We have 3. So I'll drop another one in, and then, yeah, this one here. And then what was the third one? It was the environment variable screenshot, which it wasn't an actual screenshot of the environment variables. It was just a screenshot of the names of them. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to add the YouTube API integration plan. Help me to now update the YouTube API integration plan with this updated information, and then proceed with additional planning and next steps, and confirm with me. During this conversation, you will be the one executing the plan and building the code and integration. Okay, so question from Miles. He said, how are you going to split time between Vibe Academy and ViewCreator? Do you think you'll end up losing focus, momentum, switching between the two? Yeah, so I think Maxiologies did a great job. So I am going to build a team. It's not going to stay just me. I think, Miles, you do ask a great question. So, when it comes to Vibe Academy, the way that I see it is that, we've come really far with ViewCreator. And the biggest issue that we're going to have with ViewCreator is that the technology has limitations. And I think that with ViewCreator, now we're at the point where, in my mind, ViewCreator, oh, shoot. Okay, now we're good. So in my mind, ViewCreator is like, I would say 80% of the way there, right? We're going to have this hackathon. We're going to find any bugs that are in the application. We're going to fix those. But then, you also have this aspect with ViewCreator where ViewCreator is a long-term project, because with ViewCreator, like I've always kind of referred back to, you have this problem with ViewCreator where the actual underlying technology is not there yet. And to achieve the mission that we want with ViewCreator, where essentially it's an all-in-one platform where users are able to create viral content using AI, that's like a 1 to 2 years out for that to become mainstream. So for example, once those models do get better, that's when things like right now, even on stream, I made that VO 3.1 video, and guys, it was $3.20 for an 8-second video. And like, what did that video look like? Like, let's pull it up. It looks like this. This was $3.20.
It's an academy for people to learn how to vibe code.
$3.20.
They can go to vibeacademy.ai.
And it's spelled Vibe Academy wrong. And so, the perspective that I have on it is that this technology is not there yet, but we have built a great platform. And I think that what we're going to be dealing with, to answer your question, Miles, I don't think that it's going to distract me too much, because I just genuinely love what I do. I love to build. I love to program. I love to work on multiple businesses. And this has always been the plan for me. If you go back to the My Vision video, it's not always been to focus on one thing. It's been to have multiple things. And I think with ViewCreator, we'll be able to market Vibe Academy using ViewCreator. And, what may happen is, 6 months down the road, you could have Vibe Academy actually like really take off, because it's such an in-demand space. and then you could end up having ViewCreator kind of stagnate, but then once the technology gets better, this goes like this, you know what I mean? So I think that the more irons that we have in the fire, the better in terms of how much it's going to, lose my focus. I would say that, hey, it's not very hard to build, an academy like that. I know what the system would need to look like. I'm very confident in what that looks like. And also there's other things behind the scenes that I can see just as the business owner where, by doing this, I'm going to accomplish like 4 things at once, because the amount of content that will be able to be created from building Vibe Academy is going to be very, very helpful for this community. So I'll just share this with you guys right now. So one of my perspectives is that I get a ton of questions about, hey, could you, talk about this? I can't necessarily watch all of the live streams to learn how you did this particular aspect of ViewCreator, right? And what Vibe Academy is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to post videos in a video format where I go over those actual detailed specific things in the vibe coding process to actually build a production ready application. And I think that that's going to help us grow the community, because, a video about how to set up AWS infrastructure and vibe code it is going to do far better than, just a video of me like just, doing normal stuff, right? Because people come and they come to learn, and then they also then follow based off of that. So I think it's going to, serve that purpose. I think that it's also going to be, from the business perspective, very successful. I think Vibe Academy is going to be able to compete with Code Academy and the likes of Udemy, etc. But J35, I did make that video. Tyler said, I didn't even know UltraThink was a thing. Learned something new. Yeah, I just recently learned about it. Let's see here. So, generation for security. Okay, so we're going to have to do this. So these are the questions that I'm getting back. So it's a 5-phase plan, or I guess 6 phases here. Hold on, my audio cut out. Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. XLI, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Okay, so all right, so it's going to create a connected accounts database entity. All right, so connected accounts. Tarun, ViewCreator.ai. Also, there's information in the description below. But it's in open beta with over 600 users. All right. All right, generate an encryption key for data storage. All right, let's pass this back into ChatGPT. All right. Let's go here. This is the updated plan. What are your thoughts? What is the first step? Okay. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And there is a Discord link in the description. If you've not already joined the Discord community, make sure you do so. I wonder how many members are in the Discord community now. Let's see. We are up to 528 members. Wow. All right, so keep separate OAuth client. Great. Survey. All right, one thing that definitely needs to be noted is that because we're gonna not just be doing, just YouTube, one thing that I need you to understand is that eventually we will be adding in the ability to connect Instagram, TikTok, and X as well. So it won't just be YouTube. So review this in depth and think through how you need to update the README and plan respectively so that this isn't just going to be for YouTube, but also is flexible and scalable for when we add in these additional platforms. Yeah, UltraThink. I love UltraThink. UltraThink is fire. No more asked, what are you building? Okay, so we have a couple of questions, so I'll just kind of take it while this is working. So if you guys are wondering what we're building, so we have built ViewCreator. So if you go to ViewCreator.ai, you can sign up for free and explore the platform. But ViewCreator is an all-in-one platform for influencers, content creators, and brands to be able to create content using AI. Right now, we have over 600 users, and a little bit about the platform. I'll just go over to the dashboard here and show you. So we have a variety of different platform tools. So for example, with YouTube tools, you can create thumbnails, titles, descriptions, chapters, and transcripts. You can also create AI agents and automated workflows. So for example, you can create workflows here. And one cool thing that we did actually on this stream, I don't know if you guys missed it or not, but let's go over to Instagram. I'm going to show you what we actually built on this stream. So I created this post here using the Vue Creator AI agent. So literally I just ran the agent and he was able to create this, which is really, really cool. So definitely a lot of work to do, but you guys can see, obviously, you guys have been here since day 20. You'll know how far we've come. Pretty cool. But also, if you're new around here and you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you join the mission, join the community, join the Discord. All right. So multi-platform is going to be important. Yeah, happy to help. No more. Cursor just released 2.0. Have you tried it? Yes. Not super different from kind of where we were at. I mean, what are your thoughts, Big Code? Let me see. Did they like say anything today? I'm gonna check their X real quick on my Mac and see. Is there anything out today that they were talking about? All right, so I'm looking up Cursor right now on X. Yeah, so 1 minute ago, they just said, introducing Cursor 2.0, our first coding model and the best way to code with agents. Oh, shoot. Literally 1 minute ago, guys. Hold up. We may... Hold on. This is 1 minute ago from Cursor. All right, Cursor 2.0. All right, here's what we got here. All right, turn speech into code with voice mode. Read about everything that's new in 2.0. More tomorrow. Model. Here, let's watch this real quick. Hold on, let me pause the music. All right, hold on, let's see this. Introducing Composer, our first agent model. I mean, none of this is new. I mean, they officially just launched it, but... Wait, it's called... Wait, hold on. Wait, hold up. Pause. Is it literally called Composer 1? Okay, literally Composer 1. J35, I think I saw that too. Wait, hold up. Was that like... What do you guys think? Composer 1. All right, hold up. All right, so Composer 1. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's the one big difference that I noticed. So if I open up cursor here. Oh, wow. Okay. So I do have this. Okay, so yeah, so this is... So look at this. So the agents, editor, agents, editor. So now you just toggle between the two. Also, Control E still does that. Toggle agents sidebar. And then is there... Okay, so Composer 1. Cursor's first agentic coding model. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, the Neo one. Yeah, exactly, J35. That's exactly what I saw. Okay, so Composer 1, I mean, is this the cheetah model? I mean, what do you guys want to try? Do you guys want to try this out? Let me know in chat. Oh, this song's fire. Good morning, Last Centennial. You just locked in. I'm doing good. All right, we'll save. Okay. I now need you to proceed with building phase 1. If you guys are just tuning in, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let me know in chat. You guys want to try this Composer 1? Composer 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that robot's going to be insane, huh? I'm using the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Let me know in chat. Generating encryption's key for key token storage. All right, let me put this over here. All right, so this is the new Composer 1. It's got a 200,000 context window. P Visual, good to see you as well. let's try this Composer 1 model out on some simple tasks. Let's go to the agents page and just, try it out. First thing would be like, this here. Okay, not taking images. No, it was a protein bar. Okay, no, we're good. Help me update this page so that the add step here is collapsible, as well as, the users can move it around. So this is the new Composer 1 model, just came out, Cursor 2.0. Probably we'll start another stream after this one ends and focus it just on Cursor 2.0 and this new model. But I just want to play around here. Like, is this something that we could use, Oh, so that's the Cheetah model, Tony says. Interesting. Cheetah was like, okay, but it wasn't that good. Maybe they made it better. Oh, wow, yeah, very fast. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Holy shit. That is insane. All right, it's movable. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so super, super fast. Yeah, so you can drag and drop the background. So you can go like this. So you can go here. Update the background of the agent builder so that it has like some just nice texture, like small dots. The dots should be white on dark mode and black on light mode. Yeah, I want to build a team. But that's going to be still like, coming in the future. Oh, but now look at this. Now it moved it up here. Okay. So very fast. Making updates though. The dots will match the theme. The node palette is now like off the screen and I can't even see it. Reposition it. Bottom right to start. Yeah, I mean this is the new composer here through our node palette up off the screen. Oh yeah, J35 just actually made such a good point. I mean, J35, that's the way that things are headed, right? Is you'll have models in 2 years that are as smart as Opus and GPT-5 with that speed, 100%. I think we should go live with a stream that is just focused on trying out Cursor 2.0. What do you guys think? Because this just came out. Let me know what you guys think. Hung said, Cursor is dropping models to avoid over-reliance on LLM labs. Is Anthropic going to release an IDE soon? Potentially. All right, so now it starts down here. Still like off the screen. Do you guys see the issue that I'm having? Add a scroll bar to the node palette since it's overflowing, and make sure that the node palette doesn't overflow off the screen like it is currently. Eclipse says that would be cool. Yeah, we'll see. Awaken Without Coffee said would love to see some tests on their new composer model. Saw that. All right, well, let's take a vote. I'm gonna do a poll real quick. Start new stream titled Yeah, I think the YouTube APIs will work. I'm working on that on the other screen. All right, let me know, guys. Yes or no? All right. All right, so just like when this starts, it's kind of starting off. You guys see that? Try again, review the image in depth, and notice how it looks. It's starting off the screen still. All right, so we have 12 votes, 11 votes for yes, 1 vote for no. All right. Well, let's give it 3 more minutes. This stream is 2.5 hours long about, and then I'll start a new one. Okay, all right. I'll start it right now. All right, I'll end the stream and restart, guys. I'll be back live in a second. I'll drop the new link to the new stream in the Discord. If you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so, and I'll see you guys in a second. And we're going to just focus